All right, what's good to YouTube? It's your girl HannThaGOAT, and we back at it like a crack addict. If you want some, better go grab it. You feel me? You said stop dancing. Heard you. But we are here with the most overhated characters of all time. And shout out to my amazing, beautiful, grand sis, Ari the Mermaid, because she put me on to, was it Olama Sama? I feel like I'm saying it wrong if I'm saying it wrong. Olama Sama? Yeah, I guess I'm saying it right. Olama Sama. But he made a video called The Most Overhated Characters of All Time. And it's regarding anime. One thing about me, it don't seem like it, but I love me some anime. I love me some manga. If y'all see my bookshelf in my room, shit crazy as hell. But I'm wondering who all I'm going to see in here. Like I said earlier before I started the recording, I haven't watched every anime out there. I haven't read every manga out there. But best believe I'm going to at least know a good majority of the characters. Let's hope. You know, or at least either I've heard of them, seen them, something. But let's hope that some of my people are not on this list because, you know, but if not, I'm going to defend them. Because I got a few people on my list, but we ain't going to talk about it unless if they pop up on this list. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Period. Uh, uh,
Hate. We see it pretty much every day in our lives, no matter how much we try to avoid it. The feeling is typically directed towards someone or something, whether it be hate of a certain food or hate of a certain person. Depending on your perspective, such an intense, negative feeling is justified to an extent. However, it is hard to justify going overboard with your distaste for specific people. In my opinion, there's a limit to the amount of hate one should receive, and usually this line doesn't get crossed. But when it comes to media, there are certain characters that receive hate that surpasses what one may justify. Usually, most authors don't want one of their main protagonists / good guys to unintentionally receive a disproportionate amount of hate compared to the rest of the cast. Certain circumstances, lack of context, or detached perspectives are some of the many reasons why these characters get so much flack, even when their actions are reasonable. And you know, it's just not right. Someone needs to defend these fictional characters from the haters who try to slander their name to the ground every single day. So I'm gonna have to represent some of these characters and do my best to clear their name. That's right, it's time for Olama Sama Ace Attorney, and we're gonna go through some of these cases and see if they have good reasoning to stand on.
Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Say hi to the YouTube.
Chi-Chi is a character from the Dragon Ball series who is the wife of the main character Goku, a mother of 2 sons named Gohan and Goten, and is also a martial artist and princess herself. Besides newer characters like Caulifla or Ribrianne,
welcome in.
One of the few characters from OG Dragon Ball that gets a lot of flack. Many fans seem to have similar opinions by saying, "Bro, I'm telling you, Chi-Chi is so annoying. I really do not like her." Bro, I don't know who you are. Get out of my house. But one of my main issues with people calling her annoying is that their reasoning is simply not good enough. What people have deemed as annoying does not make sense whatsoever.
I haven't gotten that far into Dragon Ball, but I do know who Chi-Chi is.
For our first example, we can look at Chi-Chi not wanting Gohan to go to Namek to find the Dragon Balls to resurrect Piccolo. I feel as if some people may look at this moment of Chi-Chi yelling and nagging Gohan as being annoying, but we should really look at the entire scope of the situation first. We as the viewer know that Gohan and Piccolo started to bond in the Saiyan saga, but as far as Chi-Chi knows, Piccolo has kidnapped Gohan, almost killed Goku, and actually did kill Goku. Not to mention the fact that Gohan is like 4 or 5 years old and wants to go to a planet that's light years away with Krillin, Bulma, and Goku when he arrives. Mind you, she has no idea what's going on out there, and neither does Gohan. For all we know, there's some evil space emperor that's willing to murk anyone for fun.
She's trying to be a mom. That's what I'm like.
Risk like that with their preschooler of a son. Of course.
That's what I mean, honestly, now, like I said, I haven't gotten too far into, and I ain't gonna lie, just a heads up to everybody on the Plug channel. I don't feel like I really just get spoiled like that just because it's been some of these animes that's been out for a while. And then some of the fan bases are, you know. But, I mean, I'm not finna sit here and be like, oh, what do you mean? But, like, I mean, in this case, like with Chi-Chi, she's a mother. She's a mother. She's just looking out for her baby. That's all. That's all that is. That's all that is.
About an idea like that.
She's a mother.
Let's handle the situation. Another example to look at is when Chi-Chi was mad at Gohan when he became a Super Saiyan. This instance might be more understandable to people, as some of y'all know that blonde hair is a standout feature in Japan and can be seen as a sign of delinquency in Japanese culture. So when Gohan pulls up with blonde hair, she's crying because she thinks he's starting to transform into some thug. For an analogy, imagine your significant
What's up, Chad? What's your top 5 favorite anime? Top 5 favorite right now from what I have watched. and or read. Well, technically, anime would be what I watched. I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter, so I'll put at number 5 just because I'm in the manga right now. I'm fucking with it. I'm not gonna lie, my number 1, Demon Slayer. I don't give a fuck. Demon Slayer is always gonna be my number 1. That is the first ever anime. Like, I truly bonded with that anime. Shout out to Tanjiro and them. Rest in peace to Rengoku. If you know, you know. Number 2, Attack on Titan. I'll definitely give AOT. It took me a while to actually want to start it, and I'm glad that I did. When I did, I love it. It's a cinematic masterpiece. Everything just plays out so well in that. So amazing AOT. So let's see, we got Demon Slayer, AOT. I'm gonna put. Let me look at my Crunchyroll actually, because I actually recently just started One Piece, and I actually do like One Piece. I'm gonna put One Piece at number 4, but what's gonna be my number 3? Crunchyroll. Hey Anna, welcome in. Say hi to the YouTube. My favorite anime. I ain't gonna lie, Soul Eater. Fuck, that is a good one. Soul Eater might be my number 4. Or number 3. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, you might be spitting. Cause, okay. Damn. Okay. Top 5, Demon Slayer. Number 2, Attack on Titan. Number 3, I'm gonna put Soul Eater. Definitely gonna put Soul Eater. Number 4. Damn. Well, you know what? Technically, since I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter, I'm gonna take Hunter x Hunter off because I'm technically reading Hunter x Hunter. Number 4, I said what? One Piece. Number 5, damn. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna put My Hero there. Damn, it's between. Yeah, I'll put My Hero. I'm gonna put My Hero because I love My Hero. I literally sat there, like, I told myself, like, I was sick as fuck in my bed, and I was like, damn, I want to watch some anime. And I was watching Attack on Titan heavy at the time, but I was like, I don't feel like watching Attack on Titan right now. So I started My Hero. Literally within a day or less than a day, I went through binged season 1 through season 3 or season 4. So yeah, I'll definitely put My Hero up there. So yeah, Demon Slayer. That's what I say. Shit. Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, Soul Eater, My Hero, and then One Piece, and then My Hero. Yup. I feel like that's a good lineup. And of course, it's more that I'm watching and or reading. I would put JJK up there too, because I love me some JJK. So yeah, but yeah, that I guess we make JJK number 6. But yeah. But let's talk about Chi-Chi real quick. Real quick.
Also,
but hi Anna, welcome in. How are you? Also, Vibes, how are you? Welcome in.
A lot of the people who dislike Chi-Chi seem to refer to the time she's shown to be a bit overbearing with wanting Gohan to study and go to a good school instead of fighting. Wait, hold up. Let me say that in a different way. Some people don't like that Chi-Chi, a mother, wants her son to study and get into a good school rather than fighting planet-busting aliens. Now, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of parents probably have this thought process, or at least something close to it. I'm pretty sure most parents don't want their kids fighting all the time.
Just networking right now. Okay, type shit.
It seems like a pretty obvious choice to me if I were a parent. She has witnessed multiple times how fighting has gotten her husband murked, and it was out of her control both times. The logical mindset would be to prevent that same path happening to your son, despite whatever potential he has.
I'm doing good. We are just getting some reacts in.
Gohan ended up enjoying being a bookworm anyways when he was older. Now, if you believe that Chi-Chi was putting too much pressure on Gohan when it comes to school, a new discussion can arise, and now there can be
I feel like I've seen your name somewhere.
Even the outbursts that people hate on Chi-Chi for are completely reasonable, or at least make sense as to why they happen. And for this portion, I really want to hammer home the point by showing this in real life, because let's be real, it's a lot easier to see and comprehend how an interaction works when you see it in person. So here's the reenacted context that led up to one of Chi-Chi's outbursts. Dang, when is Goku coming back? I'm back, everyone. Shoot. Yo, hey Goku. I just started cooking dinner, so it's gonna be a little bit till it's ready, okay? It was a crazy training session we had today. I gotta take off my clothes right now. They're so dirty, it's not even funny. Are you gonna do this in the living room? Hey, Chi-Chi, could you wash these for me? Man, I love you, Chi-Chi. You're the best wife anyone could ever ask for. Oh, whoa. Go on. Your clothes are dirty too.
I'm not lying.
You're gonna have to get them washed, right?
Should I just give them to mom?
Yeah, let's give them to your mom.
Oh, hell no.
Come on, let's take a nice bath together. Nah, you must be tripping. You think I'm gonna be cooking food for you and washing these dirty clothes that you throwing? You guys know how the rest goes. This is something that actually happened in the series, by the way. It's obviously not a one-to-one, but it's basically the same thing. It may come off as annoying and short-tempered, but this interaction is something that I understand someone getting mad about. But you know, I do understand some of the reasons as to why some people hate on Chi-Chi. One thing that we should acknowledge is that Dragon Ball is a shonen anime. It's about fighting, getting stronger, adventures, along with a plethora of other shonen elements. So when you watch Dragon Ball, you want to see your favorite characters get the chance to fight and push their limits. You don't want someone to hinder that or prevent it from happening. It's also possible that Chi-Chi reminds some of y'all about your parents and guardians nagging you about certain things. To sum it up, Chi-Chi gets all this hate.
Pain and torment I go through just because I want the best for my little boy.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yes, she can have an annoying tone, but her actions are very realistic, and I bet that a lot of your parents would have somewhat similar ideals. As I grew up more and more, I really started to realize that Chi-Chi wasn't tweaking most of the time, and if you're still a bit young, you may see something similar when you grow up. So I think we can call this a closed case. Let's move on to the next one. Eustace Kid from One Piece is a pirate from the Worst Generation and has been portrayed to have a rivalry with both the main character Luffy and another Worst Generation member, Law. Kid also boasts one of the highest bounties in the entire series at 3 billion berries, as he was a major contributor to the defeat of
No, this is crazy because I really haven't gotten that far into One Piece. Damn!
It's to the point that some people just don't even appreciate his character. As we all know, Kid has the same dream
I'm
as
subscribed to the
other
YouTube.
characters like
Thank you.
Luffy and Blackbeard, and that
It
is to
should
become the pirate
be
king. The difference between Kid and
in
them
my
is that
link
Luffy is the main
tree.
character, so we know that man will be getting any
Let
type
me
of mentoring
see.
and training he needs to get
You
strong.
do
And
exclamation
Blackbeard
point
is clearly
socials.
set up to
Yeah.
be one of the final antagonists of the series, so his strength will rise.
Because I got a
as he
main, I
needed
got
to
a,
achieve
and I got a
that goal. But Kid
plug.
is a side character, so
I mean, that's what we're recording for now. It's a plug. Ugh.
So he's gonna be going through his journey to become Pirate King blindly. All the intricacies and systems in the One Piece world are not made clear to him, so he's forced to learn
No,
them.
because why was one of them characters? Why one of them damn characters looked like that motherfucker from My Hero. No, that shit crazy.
By himself. Imagine trying
I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of shit I see in One Piece that looks like a lot of other anime characters. Which don't get me wrong, it's a thing called inspiration, you know, and it's you know, but you know,
irreparable damage to Kid's reputation. He was the one who picked the fight with Shanks. He got humbled. Let's move on. But I don't think it's that simple. Let's walk and look at everything that happened. Kid was about to use his strongest attack that Shanks
the last
saw
of
would
Chiha
destroy the
for
fleet of
20.
ships.
Thank you
We
so
also
much
know
for the
that this is
follow.
the
Welcome
same blast
in.
that Kid used against Big Mom to finish her off in their battle. So now that we've established how strong this
That's
attack is, when
we are currently reacting for the plug channel. We are looking at the most overhated characters of all time in anime. We are currently on One Piece right now, but I haven't gotten this far into One Piece, but I'm not. This is my off account. Oh, amazing followage.
And all we seen Kid do was make mechs. But as we all know, devil fruits are extremely hard to use to their utmost potential. There's no instruction manual on them, so the user kind of just has to wing it and use it in their own way. So Kid using his fruit to make mini mechs are just what he's been able to discover with his abilities. And as for Haki, Kid might not even know he has Conqueror's Haki, so he really is just ignorant about a lot of things. If you've ever played an RPG or really any game without any prior knowledge, you'd likely have a similar experience to Kid. Asides personality and other character traits, a lot of the reasons people hate on Kid are usually things that are out of his control. It just becomes irrational at a certain point. If we're being honest, Kid is one of the few realistic depictions of what someone can do in the One Piece world with all the knowledge that we see Luffy and his crew get. With that being said, I think we can close this case. Dang, another case closed. Shoot, I'm good at this stuff. Anyways, if you're new and enjoying my premier attorney abilities, you might as well subscribe. And also sit back, because the next character we're gonna get into is fairly interesting to say the least.
Oh shit.
Sakura is a very popular or unpopular character from Naruto. She's
I am watching Naruto, so
the best medical ninja in the Leaf Village. Now, Sakura is a very special case, as her actions in the anime can be pretty annoying. There's no justifiable reason as to why she's doing some of these things. Couple this with the fact that Sakura doesn't really have many moments in the anime of her doing relevant things, and you start to see why many fans dislike her character or just think she's useless. However, I did say that this was a particularly special case and was very careful in my wording. Sakura in the anime is a victim of the animation studio, in this case Studio Pyrot or Pyro, I don't know how to say it. Taking certain
my favorite out of the big three, you feel me?
Some of the source material material at times, a lot of the times including unnecessary changes. And seriously, there are a lot more than you think, and some of these moments are key to why some fans don't like this character. For example, a lot of the scenes we see of Sakura hitting Naruto are just filler scenes that the anime added. I promise y'all, this is one of the big reasons why people be hating on Sakura. Then there's the fact that Sakura is also just not that mean to Naruto in the manga. Like this scene, for example. Sakura is laughing because she sees that Naruto is stressed out from taking a written test. I think we can all agree that's pretty effed up. You laughing because your own squad mate is about to struggle on this test. But guess what? This never happened in the manga at all. Sakura is genuinely concerned for Naruto. Why did they change this? I don't know. We also need to acknowledge that the studio added unnecessary dialogue that makes Sakura seem more useless and dumber than she is. Like here in the anime, she's talking about whether she'd save either Naruto or Sasuke, when in the manga she's determined to save both. One just looks like someone who's conflicted between saving friends, while the other wants to save both no matter what, even if she isn't the strongest. They also just cut out some of the scenes where Sakura is helping Naruto or Sasuke in battle. We should all know how much of an effect that has on the viewer. If I never see someone contribute in battle, I'm going to assume that their value is not very high when it comes to combat. Another major part that the studio left out
but
was
no, like Naruto, I'm so pissed.
Now, for me personally, in the anime, it felt like the relationship was a bit rushed. It made sense, but the execution just felt a bit off. Come to my knowledge that in the manga, there were actually multiple scenes of these two sharing mutual feelings towards each other. Even something as little as the two blushing makes the relationship seem more mutual than one-sided. All you see in the anime is Sakura glazing Sasuke every other second, and Sasuke basically pushing her away.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm going for, man.
Personally,
because it's basically me as number 5 from Kids Next Door, because I base my community around Kids Next Door. But no, I ain't gonna lie, because I started Naruto not too long ago, and I fuck with it. And it pisses me off because when I was younger, I actually used to watch it, and I didn't realize that's what I was, like, really enjoying and watching at the time. So I actually have, technically Naruto is my first anime, but I just didn't watch it consistently, like, actual episode. But I did enjoy it, because it would come on late at night. Was it on Nick? Like later at night, and I didn't realize. I was like, damn, I actually fuck with this, but I didn't realize that that's what I was watching because I was younger, and that shit's crazy to think about. Because like when I was making the connections, I was like, what the fuck? I've been sitting here watching this shit. Since I was a little girl, and didn't even realize. And I was enjoying the hell out of it. Toonami, man, this shit's crazy. This shit's crazy to think about.
Typically prefer watching the anime. However,
but like with me rewatching it and I got the manga,
different from the author's original intentions.
I'm just like,
I really do feel that a character like Sakura would be looked at way differently if the adaptation was better. Anyways, back to the bit. So as you can clearly see, a bulk of the hate that Sakura gets is from the animation studio doing a complete injustice to some of her better moments in the manga.
And I have heard about that. I feel like Naruto is a lot of people's first now dead ass.
As she is now. With that being said, I think I can say we have closed yet another case. If y'all really hate on a character, go hate on that bum Kiba. He don't even do nothing. You know what? My bad.
Damn.
Let's move on to the final case of the day.
Damn.
The last case I wanted to briefly tackle is Yamcha. We all know about Yamcha and how he's the most memed character in all of Dragon Ball. Even the
I ain't gonna lie though, but let's get into that hair though. That motherfucking hair. 30-inch bust down, jet black, middle part, period.
Since the Yamcha getting baked, it's no sense.
Damn.
What's the problem here? Yamcha doesn't truly get hate and bitch.
My boy Beerus.
So why is he even here?
Damn.
I bring up Yamcha's case because I think the meme has gone so far that
Bebop
people
was
don't
mine
even remember what happened in that
shit.
fight. So let's run through his infamous battle with
The
the
writers
Cyberman
hate.
real quick, because I think it should be enjoyable and eye-opening. So the fight starts and Yamcha seems to be the better fighter and well prepared for this. He gets thrown into the air, but he uses the sun as an advantage to start his offense. Yamcha then blitzes the Cyberman and hits it with the Kamehameha to seemingly defeat it. Then after boasting about his victory, the Cyberman then sneaks Yamcha and attaches itself to him and blows up. Thus, the meme is created. The problem isn't that Yamcha gets memed on or that people make fun of his death. That part really doesn't matter. It's the fact that people see this image and think Yamcha just got murked with no difficulty whatsoever, which you can't tell me that some people
Bro, why are you freezing it on this frame, bro? Yamcha got home. But bro, look at how that nigga laid out, and then you keep doing that, and then you put a black and white filter on it. You making him look like he got bitched, and I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. If I would have watched this shit out of context, like if I didn't know who this was or anything, I'd be like, damn, buddy got bitched, didn't he? Like, look at that nigga. That nigga over there. That man over there laid out just... Man, look like me when I'm in bed, knocked out. It's like a cool 3 o'clock it's like a cool 3:17 a.m. and I'm knocked out in bed, dreaming good, fan on. Already had my nice little glass of water and shit, my little 2 a.m. Glass of water. I'm just in that motherfucker. That's what the hell he looked like, bro. That's crazy.
A lot of people probably forgot that he got snuck in the first place, and I've ran with this notion of Yamcha being some bum that got baked by Cybermen. That notion is only partially true. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, to be honest, I don't even know if this case is even closed. I'll leave that up to y'all.
Damn, no.
Part 2 to this video that'll drop later. I do have about 4 or 5 other cases that I wanted to cover, so I'll work on those cases when I can. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I hope y'all like the slightly different approach I had in making this video. I wanted to try the whole Ace Attorney bit for a while now, so I'm glad I got to do that. With that being said, have a great day, and peace out.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with this. Okay, the most overhated characters are, I ain't gonna lie though, but the Sakura one, okay, I could get it though with the Sakura one, because I have seen a lot of the hate. I've definitely seen a lot of the hate when it comes to Sakura. And I do know about the difference between the manga versus the anime, which that still does confuse me how some people do that. Like the animation studio will do that. Some people make good changes, some of them make bad. It's just like, can y'all please stick with the original storyline? But that, that's above me. But I could definitely see it. But shout out to Olama-sama for the amazing video. For, what is it, the most overhated characters of all time. But if y'all enjoyed the video, y'all enjoyed the reaction, come over here and follow the Twitch so you can see it live and in person if you want to be a part of the chat. Because we love it over here if you would join the clubhouse. Also, if you did enjoy the reaction as well, if you want to see more, if you miss out on the streams, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you, like I said, follow the Twitch and everything. Follow the main channel because I be gaming and stuff over there and yapping as well. Be saying some wilder things as well, but we ain't gonna talk about that. You gotta drop a subscribe and see. You gotta drop a nice little subscribe and click that noti bell. You gotta see. But anyways, bye y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace. Mwah.